Ladies and gentlemen, Subriel Matias just pulled a Ryan Garcia, testing positive for Ostarine, leading up to his fight versus Smith in the Barclays Center. As you all know, Ryan Garcia popped for Ostarine while fighting Devin Haney in the Barclays Center. What's going on in Brooklyn? Who's serving these guys Ostarine? Ladies and gentlemen, Ring Magazine, Mike Coppinger, tweeted and reported that Subriel Matias delivered an adverse analytical finding for the performance-enhancing drug Ostarine in a VADA test. Source tells Ring's Mike Coppinger. Matias' WBC junior welterweight title defense versus Dalton Smith on January 10th in New York is now in jeopardy. Matias has 10 days to request testing his B sample. We all know how that turned out when Ryan Garcia tested for the B sample, stuff like that, and came back the same thing. This ain't a good look for Subriel Matias. Subriel Matias just had a great victory versus Dominican sensation Alberto Puello and became the WBC 140-pound champion. You know that he had a hiccup in his career, losing to Liam Paru after getting his belt. A lot of people thought that he was going to beat Liam Paru out there in Puerto Rico. Liam Paru spoiled the homecoming fight for Subriel Matias and spoiled the big contract that he signed with Matchroom Boxing. You already know he lost, so they voided the contract, and Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing kicked him out. But then he found his way back into the limelight, got his opportunity, and seized the moment. Now, his promotional team, you know what I'm saying, fresh production, you know, taking the weight of this event, and it's just a bummer, man. It's just a bummer. I know money has already been spending with promoting the fight. This supposed to be a good fight. Not even not the fight that we all wanted to see and stuff like that in the 140-pound division. I would have liked to see Gary Antoine Russell versus Subriel Matias. Would have loved to see Teofimo Lopez versus Subriel Matias, but Teofimo Lopez also is projected to fight Shakur Stevenson in a high elite fight, lucrative fight in New York City in the Barclays Center as well. Stay away from the Ostarine dealers, all right? Shakur and Tio, stay away from the Ostarine dealers out there in Brooklyn, New York. I don't know what they're putting in the soda. I don't know what they're putting in the food. I don't know what they're putting in the Caribbean food. I don't know what they're putting. I don't know what's going on. But there's something going on out here in New York City, in Brooklyn, New York, with the Ostarine and stuff like that. Even though that a lot of people felt that the Ostarine didn't beat Devin the Dream Haney, at the end of the day, is the reason why he got suspended by the New York State Athletic Commission. Is the reason why he was out for a year. And it's the reason why they gave Devin Haney his O back. But even though we know that Devin Haney going to be performing this Saturday versus Brian Oman Jr., and he's still suffering from that beatdown that Ryan Garcia gave him with the Ostarine. Even though that I believe that it was skills that pay the bills. But at the end of the day, you pop dirty, right? We got to take it serious. We got to take this thing serious. Hopefully. The B sample, or maybe it was a supplement contamination, and I think that's maybe what it is. I don't find Subriel Matias as a cheater. He had every opportunity to cheat in the past. Why would he cheat now? And I just think that hopefully his team put everything down on application. When you test for VADA, you got to put everything you put inside your body. All the receipts, everything that you put inside your body and stuff like that, you put it down the list. Hopefully, they sort that thing out, because Subriel Matias is a good name in the 140-pound division, and could be in a lot of great matchup in 140 if he moves up to the 147-pound division. He's a fan-friendly fighter. I think that Puerto Rico needs a boxer like a Subriel Matias, a champion like Subriel Matias. And Manny Serrano, the 7th division world champion, one of the most decorated fighters in the sport of boxing, is the one that's holding Puerto Rican down. But for how long? You know what I'm saying? She's in the twilight of her career. She's going to be performing January 3rd in Puerto Rico and stuff like that. But how long is she going to be here and holding boxing down on her shoulders? She's just the queen. She's just the lady, man. The Puerto Rican male's got to help her out. Xander Zai's going to also perform in January. It's supposed to be a Puerto Rican fest with Puerto Rican fighters fighting in January. So hopefully they figure things out. They caught it early, so hopefully Smith is still want his opportunity to become a world champion. He don't want no vacant title. He don't want no belt handed to him. He don't want to become an email champion. So hopefully it's enough time for him to take whatever Ostarine out his system and get back and get back into the training camp and get this fight come through fruition in January. I believe it's come on, we only in November. They don't have to postpone this fight. They don't have to cancel this fight. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. Y'all already know this is Punch Wrong Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Love ya, God bless, and on to the next.